All right, guys, what is up, everybody? So I'm back with another backtesting video, finally. So yeah, I know that I said I was gonna do one of these like the day after, and then I was hella busy this weekend, and I tried to record one in the car because I was out of town. I tried to record a video in the car, and then my whole computer died out of nowhere, so I couldn't do that. And then I was gonna post a live trading video today, and I recorded the whole thing and uploaded it, and then I realized that my mic wasn't recording. Low key, let me make sure. Yeah, we got audio now, so should be good. So, guys, yeah, we are back testing, finishing up then this next week of June here. So yeah, let's get right into it. So on the high time frame, we are obviously pretty bullish here. Looks like we're trending towards all-time high. This right here is a 4-hour intermediate low on both of our indexes. Wait, I gotta sync these up. All right, there we go. So yeah, these are both 4-hour intermediate lows right here. Besides that, what do we have here? We have not much else that I would really like to see us hit to be bullish. Yeah, not much else besides that. And yeah, let's just hope that we get an open low here. There isn't really much else going on. So yeah, we open high into this 30-minute gap right here. And yeah, we're kind of just chopping around here. So I'm not seeing much here, to be honest. I'm not really seeing much. I guess there's a 5-minute short out of this 30-minute gap, but not a fan, to be honest. Not really a fan. And yeah, we're just chopping this entire session. So if we want to be bullish here and respect that high time frame trend, I would definitely need to see some type of a continuation off of like a 15-minute, since we really have no high time frame sponsorship here. So do we open up a 15-minute at any point here? We do here, maybe? Yeah, we do here. Okay, so we open up this 15-minute, and all of our DOLs are still like pretty much intact. We haven't tapped. There's an unfold 30-minute right there. We tap this hourly. Not really ideal here. But yeah, we did tap we created a 30-minute, so are we going to get an open low all the way down there? Like, no, we're not getting shit. So yeah, we are just chopping around. It's already past 11, so yeah, this is a no trade day for me. Literally, we just pumped off of open with no type of manipulation of any sorts. Literally no retracements, no nothing, basically the whole day. Literally exactly what happened today in the real markets, and I didn't get an entry until like the last 5 minutes of the session, and it ended up being a break even. So yeah, you guys didn't miss much. But yeah, that is a fade day for me, just because we didn't literally got no manipulation. We just pumped the whole time. And I personally, I can't, like, it doesn't make any sense for me to take a trade if we don't get manipulation. Sure, we got this 5-minute tap right here. And I bet somebody would point that out, that we got the tap of the 5-minute there. And did we get an inverse out of that? I mean, there was probably like a 15-second or something. Yeah, like a 15-second. Still, though, I don't care, because for me, I need a high time frame gap for manipulation. A 5-minute is fine if it's sponsored off of something. So if we had tapped into the 1 hour or whatever this was below here, we didn't get an entry, then we make a 5-minute, and then we get a continuation long, then I'm cool with taking out of the 5-minute. But if it's just a 5-minute that doesn't really mean anything, then yeah, I'm not going to take anything out of it. Moving on to the next one, we got our next day here. So looking at the high time frame, we're still pretty bullish here, I would say. We're still pretty bullish. We have been moving like lower though in this last day. So we have this 1-hour intermediate low right here, and this 1-hour bearish gap above us. So we low-key have like conflicting draws here, to where it's like, are we gonna be bullish or bearish? Because on the high time frame, we're really bullish. like no question about it. We're basically in all-time highs territories, but like in the recent timing, we've been moving pretty bearish, like pretty much since yesterday, or since like the start of like Asia session, we've been moving bearishly. So I would be honestly down to take a trade in either direction here as long as there's like proper manipulation. So yeah, like I said, we have, this is I think a 1 hour, yeah, 1 hour intermediate low, and then we have an unfilled hourly above us. So just depends on what we see here. So yeah, we tap like nothing here and we just dump lower. Let me make sure I mark this low out on ES just in case. Oh, so we do get that, we do take out this low here on ES, and then we get pretty instantaneous reaction on NQ, but literally no manipulation on ES. Backtrack that one. So yeah, okay, so we have this 30-second inversion. Although we got manipulation on ES, NQ didn't manipulate into anything here. Like, oh, I guess we did sweep this 5-minute intermediate low. So we did get some type of manipulation, but not ideally what I want to see. Okay, so this is kind of like a situation where it's like conflicting biases and whatnot. Would I take this? So targeting that hourly gap. Oh, with how the RR is here, bro, like it would have to be like an almost immediate break even and then like a hold. So it's like not really an ideal setup, but I do see like the reasoning behind somebody taking this. So yeah, we got the like true good manipulation here on ES. We tapped that 1 hour intermediate low, and then we tapped a 5-minute intermediate low here on NQ. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna just go break even right away once we hit that hourly, because I am really confident that we're gonna tap the hourly there. So yeah, I'll take this setup, and it's just gonna have to be like a pretty immediate break even. Just take it, I think like 10 should be fine here. Yeah, that's pretty close to 500, bruh. So yeah, I'll take this literally just targeting a 1-to-1 risk to reward here, and it's gonna have to just be like a pretty immediate break even at that 1 hour gap. So yeah, let's see. All right, so there we go. We tapped the hourly there, and I am break even now. So hopefully we just flush the TP here. Okay, unfortunately we get break even there. Does this play out? Okay, it does not play out. So yeah, we would have gotten stopped out here. But yeah, that is kind of just like, that's just kind of how it is with setups like this, to where you have a great setup. I would say you have solid manipulation, Judas swing, everything you kind of are looking for out of a setup. But due to risk to reward reasons and your draw on liquidity being so close with this 1 hour unmitigated above us, you kind of just have to go break even and hope that it plays out. And I don't think that that's a bad idea a lot of the time, because like we got really close here to hitting that 1-to-1, but would we have gotten 1-to-1 if I had put my stop loss at the bodies? Yeah, you would have gotten 1-to-1 if you put your stop loss at the body. So this is like, yeah, it's just a setup where it's like you have a great DOL, but like due to risk or reward reasons, you kind of are forced to go break even and just hope for the best. But I don't think that it's a bad setup by any means. So, all right, so we get that short here off of this hourly gap above us. I guess it was this 3-minute short was the one to take. I mean, obviously we missed that because we were already in a trade in a long, but now we tap this on NQ, put in a really strong rejection wick after we got the sweep of this hourly intermediate low. Are we tapping anything on ES that's significant? Not really. We're kind of trending towards this 4-hour intermediate low key. So yeah, there is a long setup here, which we could get if we inverse this 1 minute. But yeah, I'm not definitely not a fan of that. So kind of just gonna wait it out here. So we get a stop rate here, and we might get a 1 minute inverse. Okay. Well, this is good displacement off of a stop rate. It's a counter trend trade where I do usually need to see a stop rate. So if we're targeting a 1-to-1 risk to reward here, I probably could just take it back up to the intermediate high, to be honest. The only thing that I don't like about this trade is that it's targeting a pretty protected high. Oh, and it's like directly in a 5 minute. Okay. Yeah, definitely fading this. I didn't realize that we had that 5 minute there. But yeah. Targeting a protected high anyways. I'm gonna just I'm not gonna enter anything on this. I'm gonna just see if this plays. And takes forever to play out, but yeah, this trade would have played out. If you had taken it off the 5 minute, it probably would have been smarter because you would have waited. Would you have even gotten 1-to-1 risk to reward off this 5 minute? Okay, yeah, you would have. So that was the smarter play there. I should have taken that 5 minute. I should have definitely taken that, but I low-key skipped past it. But yeah, so in a situation like this though, let's look back over here. So we have this initial long, I guess, here, if you want to pattern trade this 30-second down here, which isn't even the highest time frame in the leg, but anyways, and then we get a stop rate of that, and then we get a clean 1 minute here. Good displacement, but it is directly in that 5 minute, like I said. So that's why I faded the 1 minute, but definitely could have taken this 5 minute. 100% would have been a valid setup. You would have gotten 1-to-1. You would have just had to have gone break even here. The only thing that I don't really like about this setup is that you're targeting a protected high. But at the end of the day, because our high time frame trend is so bullish, I don't think that that's such a bad idea to take a trade like that. So let's see, maybe we'll get some type of continuation setup here since we are so bullish here. All right, so yeah, we tapped into this 5 minute here like that. I'm down with taking this if we get it because it is technically a sponsored 5 minutes. So yeah, we get this initial long and then we get a stop rate, clean displacement. For target, we still have all-time highs. Yeah, I think I'm down to take this right here. What time are we at? Oh, we're past 11. Yeah. Okay, no, fade. I'm so bad at figuring out if we're past 11 or not when I'm backtesting. I do want to just kind of see if this plays out though. Just for a not all the way up to this high, just for 1-to-1 target. I don't know, say target up here. Not taking this, just testing the waters. Okay, yeah, that fails. It is after 11 though anyways. So yeah, we're currently literally break even on this week. Not really, that didn't really take too many trades though, because it's just super mid-price action. Okay, CPS and FOMC in one day. That's what I meant, CPI and FOMC in one day. Well, I don't trade FOMC, so definitely gonna skip over this. Holy Judas swing. Is that off of anything? It's off of the 30-minute. Oh, bro, that's such a good setup. I don't trade FOMC, but I'm just gonna see if this plays out. This doesn't count because I'm not actually entering any contracts, but holy bro, that is a fire Judas swing. Yeah, okay, that is the most textbook Judas swing I've ever seen in my life. But not taking that because it's an FOMC day. I don't trade FOMC. I've literally never won on an FOMC day in real markets. So yeah, that's why I'm personally choosing to fade that, bro, to all the way to data highs. Oh my god, that might be the best setup I've ever seen. Damn, beautiful displacement. Holy V-shape. Okay, well, too bad that I don't trade FOMC because we could have caught a banger there. If that was any other day, I'm literally taking that 100 out of 100 times. But it's okay. No worries. So we are now already on a Thursday. Literally only taken one trade this week and I got break even. So hopefully we get something here for you guys so you can at least see some type of execution, win or loss. All right, though. So we have this unmitigated 4 hour. We're at major all time highs conditions here. Literally no draws to our left besides all time highs. So yeah, nothing for us to manipulate here. But all right, we have this 15-minute intermediate low, which is also data high or data low here, data high here. So I'd be cool to just see an open low here, take data high. Did we take data high on ES? Okay, we did. We did take data high on ES. Barely. We like took it by the tick. Is this? Yeah, I'm gonna just hold off here, low key. Oh my gosh, bro. We didn't get an entry on NQ, unfortunately. Oh, we put in equal lows? What the hell? Did we take this or did we not? I could have sworn that we took it. Okay, we put in equal lows on ES, so definitely not taking this long. Definitely not taking that. And we're just chopping. Okay, and then on ES, we're literally dumping all the way past this. Okay, this is just like a pretty shitty looking day again. Not really much that I want to see here. Like we tapped the 30-minute, took data lows on ES. Let's see, maybe we take data lows on NQ and then we get some type of reaction off of it. Bro, we're just like generating trend line here. But it is all-time highs, so it's like, all right, there we go. That is our tap of data low on NQ. So that, yeah, that's a 15-minute intermediate low here. So I mean, we could get some type of a reaction off of it, but I don't know at this point. All right, and then we tap another 30-minute intermediate low there. So all the draws that I wanted to see get hit on NQ that are below us just got hit. So I could see a long off of here. But okay, so yeah, this is a situation where my bias is just wrong. We're pretty obviously not bullish here. So if we get a 15-minute continuation play, I'd be down to take something. Okay, bro. So we tapped what? We tapped the 4 hour here and then we run lower. Like, bro, this price action is just horrendous. And it's basically like 11 a.m. already. No continuation of any kind this entire session. Okay, bro. Another fade day for me. I feel like I'm skipping through these fast, but like, bro, like this price action just sucks. This week is actually terrible. This like reminds me of a lot of like current market conditions, though. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so we have this 4 hour intermediate low, relative equal lows on NQ. Literally, there's nothing else that I want to see get taken besides that. Let's just hope we get an open low here. We need like some hell of a manipulation move lower. And okay, we tap into this 5-minute, bro. Like completely unsponsored. Yeah, I don't know, bro. This is gonna be another midday. I can already tell. All right, and then we just start pumping higher. Bro, like we have like hourly gaps and whatnot below us, above us. So this, we tapped an hourly intermediate right here, literally right on market open. And then we tapped this 30-minute up here. Like, I wanted to see a short, but it's like, we're not going to get a short. I just know we're going to just keep pumping this whole session. Okay, so there we get an open low into this 5-minute, but this is just so mid. So mid. If we want to be bullish, we're sponsored off of nothing here. I need a 15-minute to take a trade off of. I can't just take a trade off of like a random 5-minute. Okay, so here we go. We tap a 15-minute up here. after inversing the hourly. All right, so now that we tapped this 15 minute, we got some like actual high time for manipulation. So if I see an inverse here, boom. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to take this setup. This is like exactly what I want to see here. Tapped a 15 minute and got a clean rejection wick out of the, I mean, clearly we don't want to be bearish today. So yeah, I'll just take this long here and I will, honestly, there's really nothing else in this leg that to me would make us inverse. If this is a valve setup, we're going to just keep going all the way up there. I'll put a break-even point at this swing, but honestly, like I'm cool with just letting this ride all the way up here. It's a higher risk to reward trade, so I'm going to like risk a little bit less than I normally would. But yeah, I am definitely okay with taking that. Bro, the one good setup we had this whole week that I'm backtesting has been on FOMC day, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so okay, we're technically break even here, but I don't really care. Yeah, I knew that was gonna play out. So yeah, that's like literally the only setup that I think was worth taking this whole week. But I think it's kind of a boring video, low key. I'm not gonna do another week just because I don't want to drag out the video overly long. We're already at 21 minutes. So yeah, I think something that you guys could learn from a week like this is, let me put my face cam here. So I think something that you guys could learn from a week like that is if you watch through that whole video, you kind of saw that I wasn't really taking a trade every single day. I literally took 2 trades. I entered 2 trades a whole week. And I had one break even and one win. And my break even wasn't like a break even to where it was like, it wasn't an invalid setup or anything. It was literally like completely risk to reward related. I had to go break even because my draw on liquidity was so close. Like I was targeting a unmitigated 1 hour bearish gap, and it was so close that if I would have TP'd there, it would have been like 0.2 risk to reward. So I just have to hold for a 1-to-1 at that point. And even in that trade, it wouldn't have been a break even if you just had your stop loss at the bodies. So it was literally depends on person to person how that would have been. But yeah, and then our other trade was a dub. And every other trade that I didn't enter that I just like I chose to fade and I like whatever I what do people call like tape reading or that I tape read that I just kind of let price play out and I just drew out the position tool without entering. They literally all played out. So it's like, what can you learn from that? That price action, I think, from this week of backtesting is really similar to what we've been seeing in the live markets today. Because literally that first day when I got, or it might have been the second day, I don't remember exactly what day it was, but it was one of the days in this week that we backtested. Price literally just pumped higher with no retracement whatsoever. There was like a 5 minute retrace that was an unsponsored 5 minute gap. So it's like exactly what happened today. If I would have been able to post my video, I mean, I'm sure if anybody's actually watching these videos and they traded today, they know exactly what I'm talking about. We literally dumped 600 points lower with no retracement of any sorts until the last 5 minutes of the session. We tapped a 15-minute gap, and then it would have been a break-even trade. So, like, it literally the exact same thing happened in this back test, and I didn't take anything. And honestly, I think that if you're taking a long off of like a 5 minute or some bullshit like that, it's just not a good trade. But the trades that I did like was the Wondering FOMC, which I faded because I personally don't trade FOMC just because it's a way lower probability day. A lot of times on FOMC, most of the volume from the market is just being saved for like when FOMC actually takes place at 2 p.m. So like the AM session is usually pretty terrible. So I just don't trade on those days. It's like a day off for me. But that Judas swing that we had during FOMC that I didn't take played out perfectly. Literally like one of the best Judas swings I've ever seen. So if you do trade FOMC, like again, it depends on your rules. Same with the trade that I had that was break even. If you would have had your stop loss at the bodies, you would have hit full TP out of 1-to-1. If you would have traded FOMC, if that's your rule that you trade FOMC, you would have hit TP again. And then the one trade that I did take was that 15-minute continuation there. So it was one of those days where I want it to be bullish. We're at all-time highs, but we're not getting an entry. We don't get an entry. We don't get any valid manipulation at market open. Market open literally just pumps higher. And then I wait patiently until I get that 15-minute continuation. There was a 5-minute continuation. If you would have taken that, you would have gotten stopped out. So you got to just wait for those high time frame gaps to open up. You got to wait for those continuation plays out of those. You got to just be patient. And if you really do know your model, and if you know, I mean, I haven't done a video explaining what my model is exactly, and I'm going to make a video explaining soon. But once you guys eventually get that video, if you do really know the model and you're waiting patiently, bro, you're not going to be losing trades. Like, you're going to be, obviously, like, you're going to lose, but, like, you're not going to be, like, on terrible losing streaks. Like, you're going to be catching dubs. And you got to just figure out how to get your trade frequency right and how to not overtrade and all that stuff, because I think that's, like, one of the hardest things to deal with as a trader is, like, once you get to a point of analysis to where you really understand, like, a bunch of like, technical analysis stuff, you start to, like, see setups that you start to, like, overcomplicate stuff, which is an issue that I had. You, like, overcomplicate everything, and then you'll just be like, oh my God, like, this could play out, this could play out. But at the end of the day, I don't think that that's valid, and you got to just wait. The simpler your strategy is, when eventually that strategy does show up like it did on this week, on those 2-3 occasions, you're going to win, like, 80% of the time. So yeah, if you could take anything out of this backtesting session, though, pretty boring week, I would definitely say pay attention to what I did with my trade frequency. I didn't like what price action was doing the whole week. I took 2 days off of like 2 completely no trade days. I took another day off for FOMC. So it's like very similar to the current market conditions. Like, price action hasn't been good. So if you don't see a setup, nobody's forcing you to trade. Just wait for another day. Preserve your capital, bro. You don't got to blow another $50 on an eval. Just wait. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for this backtesting session. Hope you guys got something out of this. I know it's a pretty boring week, but yeah, definitely let me know what type of content you guys want to see next. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing these backtesting videos for you guys. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Live trading tomorrow morning. So that'll be up tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys. Peace.